Take two. Hi, it's Katie from Peace and Piermont. I hope you're all having a beautiful night. Just finished teaching a class. The studio is so magical. I hope we're able to open soon. I hope you're able to come visit. There's just something so magical about this space. So, I hope you all had a great day. The sunshine and the warm weather and the beautiful breeze that has been visiting Piermont quite frequently the last week. So beautiful and nice. I wanted to touch a base tonight. Actually, I wanted to read something and I forgot it in the front of the room. So let me go and grab that. I wanted to read something from this great book, Journey to the Heart by Beattie. It's one of my favorite books of all time. Read it every day. And it just has really great short readings about life. And sometimes I read today's passage. Sometimes I just open to a random page, but regardless, it always seems to suit whatever is going on. So I saw one before that I felt needed to be shared tonight. Happiness is within reach. What we need is to be happy. What we need to be happy is a question we often forget to ask ourselves. Is there something you could do for yourself that would make you happy? Put a spring in your step, a smile in your heart. Many of us haven't asked ourselves this question enough. Some of us haven't asked it at all. Or if we have, we haven't answered it. Instead, we diligently search for our path, for the way through our lives, through our current situation or circumstance, never taking time to ask ourselves what would make us happy and what would feel good to us. Then we wonder why life feels so hard, so difficult, and unrewarding. Discovering what would make us happy can help us through any difficulty in life. It can help us through the quieter moments of our day. It can help us make larger, more significant decisions. It can help us in our work, especially if we look in our hearts and answer honestly. What would make you happy? It's a simple question, but one with profound consequences. Asking and answering that question, then acting on it, is often our path. A path that will lead to the next step. A path that is in our best interests. We will be choosing our destiny, and the destiny we're choosing is joy. What would make you happy? Ask yourself often. Think about your answer. You may well find that the answer is within reach. So I love this reading so much for many reasons. I think if you're a parent, it can get so easy to ask your kids what they want and to know so well what they love, what will make them happy, what inspires them, what motivates them to do something. But we feel selfish if we do that for ourselves. And I think that as adults, that's where we kind of go wrong and drift off our path, because we're meant to be happy and to live fulfilled lives, right? So I think pausing periodically to ask yourself that throughout the day, and maybe it's a quiet moment outside or in your bathroom or in your basement if there are a lot of people around, and I've been there these past few months where I've done those things myself. Sometimes I meditate in the basement because that's just where it's quietest sometimes, and that's what I know makes me feel the most calm. Maybe it's doing something that's really embracing your inner child. Maybe it's going on the swing set by yourself and swinging for a while, or painting your nails, or making a milkshake, or just doing something for pure joy without judging yourself or thinking of how others would judge or perceive you for doing it. So I encourage you to do that if you can. You can do that every day. It's just a really beautiful and great way to live your life. And it's just led to such incredible change in mine. It's how, when I wasn't sure, almost 5 years ago now, when I wasn't sure what to do with teaching, when I just hit a huge roadblock in my career, I wasn't sure where to go, and I just really leaned into what brought tremendous joy. And from there, it's spiraled into all of these businesses, but truly everything I do, I love doing. So it doesn't feel like work most of the time. Some of the minute tasks, the trivial things, they can feel annoying and whatever, but the big overarching brunt of what I do truly feels just fun, and it brings me a lot of joy. So take little steps each day to do things that spark that for you, and so many great things come from it. So let's get ready to meditate. For those of you just joining us, we're on this 30-day journey of meditation together. We meditate to give our brains a bath, to detach from all the could've, should've, would'ves, judgments from others, judgments from ourselves, and we connect and align within. It allows us to hear what we really want, to hear those things that bring us joy, to hear that inner voice very clearly, because a lot of time everyone around us just infiltrates, and it's hard to decipher what we really want versus what we feel we should do based off of others' opinions and the patterns from people around us, right? So meditation just really allows us to connect within, to connect with ourselves, to love ourselves unconditionally, and it helps us foster presence. And right now, I think that presence is the most important goal we should all have. Because when we're living in this present moment and we're truly just breathing in the air that is available to us in this second, we're not worrying about what will happen next week, tomorrow, next month, when this will all end, or what the new is, or will it be what it used to be, or in living in the past and what could have been. There's no point. There's no point. It really is just a waste of our time and energy. So if we can practice mindfulness, cultivate it through meditation, and truly learn to be in this present moment, we'll be happier, we'll be less stressed, and we'll enjoy our time more right now with everyone around us, because there's always silver linings, and there's just always something we can do right now to make ourselves feel good. So you can, I'm sitting in a chair. I'm going to meditate sitting in a chair. You can sit on a yoga mat. You can sit on your couch, in your bed, wherever you're most comfortable. If it's comfortable for you, you can just roll your shoulder blades back, right? Just notice, drop in if you feel any tension there. Your hands can either be facing up, down. You can have them on your stomach, which can be helpful if you're just starting out your practice. So again, it helps you just cultivate presence with your breath as you inhale and exhale right now. And I'm going to set my timer for 5 minutes. And as we've been talking about, this is one of your superpowers as a human being. You always have access to it wherever you are. And even as I tell my parents when I teach family classes, even if you have children, you can just ignore them and meditate, even if they're running around you, and they'll pick up on it. They will see what you're doing, and I promise you, after a while, it may take a year, it may only take 2 weeks, but kids emulate what they see others around them practice. And I can't tell you how many parents I've had send me messages that their kids meditate in the car now, that they meditate when they're waiting for their Zoom class, that they meditate in their backyard under a tree. It's so powerful. So I know as a parent, it can be easier sometimes to think of it how it would benefit your child. So even if it's too much if you feel selfish, right? If you feel like it's It's selfish to take time away from your family to do something for yourself, which I've been there with that thought too. Think of it as how it will benefit your children and how when they grow up, they'll have this great toolkit to implement as things arise in life. Okay, so that being said, I'm going to start the timer. Let's welcome a nice deep breath in. And let's begin. How did that feel for everyone? For me, it was a long 5 minutes tonight. Hi, Annalisa. Hi, Rachel. I'm glad you need to hear that. I think we all do sometimes. We all do sometimes. So take some time tonight and tomorrow, and hopefully every day, to do things that bring you joy. And notice how you feel afterwards. Notice how you feel while you're doing it. Make sure as you're doing it, you're really savoring it and you're taking it all in, and whatever you're doing, you're being fully present. Because I know sometimes we can run into the kitchen and sneak something to eat or to drink, and we do it really fast. And it's good, but it's not as good as when we sit and we really make a moment of it and we savor it and we take it in. Even if we just do that with ourselves, it's easier for us to do it with other people, but if we can learn to do that with ourselves, I think it will make life a lot more meaningful and profound, and I think it will have a ripple effect on people around us because we'll be happier. So I hope you found this helpful. I hope you're all enjoying these videos. If you have anything that would be helpful to you, whether it's certain yoga poses or anything at all that's coming up, just let me know in the comments, even if you watch this at a later time, or feel free to shoot me a private message or an email. My email is katie@peaceinpiermont.com. I'm happy to support you in this community in any way that I can. I'm happy to be here for all of you. I hope you have a good evening. I hope you sleep well. See you tomorrow.